What's going on YouTube? This is Darklight Gamer coming at you with another Q&A video answering some of the questions that you guys had for me in the comments section of the last Q&A video on last Friday. I'm getting started a little bit later than usual. It's now about 4 o'clock in the morning. I just got back in from celebrating one of my friend's birthdays. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. I didn't really have a lot going on for me this week, so there's not a lot to inform you guys about. But I wanted to jump right into answering some of your questions. So, in the words of one of my favorite YouTubers, Rosanna Pansino, let's get started. Amira from Couple of Geeks says, "Awesome vid. Fingers crossed your new hours don't get you down. I'm sure you'll get a routine sorted. If we ever get the chance or money to visit, we would be honored. We will bring our katanas for a duel. Stay awesome." Thank you guys very much for all your support, Amira. And I'm really glad you guys are liking this Q&A series. Yeah, it has been pretty tough getting used to this new schedule. I actually had a dream today that I was actually at work because my body's so used to being at work today. So yeah, it's tough getting adjusted to it, but I'm sure I'll eventually get it as long as I don't change it up again. Also, we would love to have you guys down here one of these years for A-Kon. I think I would both love, being able to meet you guys in person, but also I think you guys will really enjoy A-Kon. It's really an awesome thing. They have concerts every year. They have a huge vendor's room. Anything anime related that you can think of, they probably have it over there. People in cosplay everywhere. It's a lot of fun. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And, yeah, we would totally love to have a duel with you. Maybe not with real katanas, but, we have kendos that we can duel with. And that way we won't have to worry about injuring each other. But they also ask, if you had the choice to be rich and have everything you wish for in this world, or live in a fantasy universal world, but you would be poor or an NPC, which would you choose? I think that I would rather be rich and have everything I need in this world instead of having nothing in a fantasy world, because, for one, I think it would be better to be happy and have everything I need and be comfortable in this world and be able to still have all my friends, because I really love my friends, and it would be hard for me to leave them to go live in a fantasy world. And I would want to not only have everything I needed, but be able to make my friends happy and comfortable as well. So maybe it'd be a little bit different if I could build myself up and have things in a fantasy world, but even then I still think I would rather live in this world and have everything I needed. Wargamer Sean says, "Yes, do a Let's Play of Andromeda. I really can't wait for that game. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim since new console with mods, as I never played on PC. I started with Morrowind. I do really like the open-endedness of Bethesda games. Mass Effect story and team just stole my heart, and I have played multiple times and ways as well. Thanks for the answers. Have you played the new Skyrim Remastered? Maybe not since you played on PC. Cheers and take care. Agree with you on Dark Souls." Yeah, I actually have not played the new Skyrim Remastered. I really do want to play it eventually. It's not super high on my priority list because I have so many things I want to play for you guys, and new games coming out that I'm really excited for. And since I've already played Skyrim, it's going to go down on my priority list a little bit to play just a remastered version of a game I've already played with all the new exciting games coming out. So I haven't played it yet, but I do want to get around to it eventually. And I would love to do a Let's Play on Mass Effect Andromeda. It may not be right away, though, because around the same time that comes out, I think Persona 5 is supposed to come out. And you guys know I love the Persona series. It's definitely one that's very close to my heart. It's definitely like a me kind of series. So I may prioritize that one a little bit higher than Mass Effect Andromeda, but I will do a Mass Effect Andromeda Let's Play probably right after I finish with Persona 5. So please look forward to that. The Soul Assassin, Baza, he asks, "Great video as per usual. My question for next time, well, isn't a question. I'd like to get to know you. So what's your dreams and life goals or hobby goal? Favorite food, and what's the one rule you live by, if any? Peace out, Baza." Thank you very much, Baza, for your questions this week. And let me try to take some time to answer them one at a time. Let's see, my dreams, life goals, and hobby goal. I definitely would like to eventually be able to do this, make YouTube videos for a living. I don't even necessarily want to get big and rich like Markiplier or them. I mean, that'd be nice, obviously, but if I can just do this as my primary job, I would be more than happy. Right now, I work as an overnight stalker in retail, and it's just soul-crushing, and I really can feel it affecting my body. It's taking its toll on me. I've been doing it for like 12 or 13 years, as I've told you guys, and I hate it. My body hates it. I really would just like to do something that I love to do, entertain you guys, and make a living doing gaming videos and doing a gaming related channel. That's really my main future goal at the moment. I have in the past wanted to be an English teacher because like I said, I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of writing, and I'm pretty good with English. So I wanted to go to school to get my BA in English and eventually become an English teacher, but that didn't work out, which is why I started doing YouTube videos. Other than that, having a journalism type job I've always wanted to do, or to publish a book. These are things that I've always wanted to do. I've also always wanted to do something with my voice. A lot of people keep telling me, you need to do something with your voice. Make a channel of you singing, or people have told me you need to get on American Idol or something. I would love to have some kind of career that involved me using my voice, because I love singing. It's one of my passions. So that is also one more thing, one more life goal I would like to do, is just to do something with my voice. What is my favorite food? I'm sure any of my friends will be able to tell you that I have a weakness for fried chicken. Ever since I was young, when my mom made it from scratch, I have absolutely loved fried chicken. I'm sure that like a good chunk of all of this is fried chicken. That's my main weakness. I do love a lot of different kinds of foods. I was raised in authentic Thai food, and I love me a good steak and barbecue, and I love food in general, but my favorite food has got to be fried chicken. Let's see. Third question. What's the one rule I live by, if any? I think that the one rule I live by would be to be excellent to each other. And it's silly, but I think that is something that I really have lived by my whole life. I always go out of my way to try to treat people well. Regardless of who they are, unless they're just complete jerks, but regardless of their gender, race, religion, anything, just I've always believed that we should all treat each other well. The golden rule, and treat others as you would want to be treated. Be excellent to each other. I think the world would be way better off if we all just lived by that, instead of finding so many reasons to hate each other, to disagree with each other. So yeah, that is probably the one rule that I would live by. Rightack from Couple of Geeks asks, my question is this: if you could be any vegetable in a salad, what would it be? And if you had the choice of being said vegetable, how would you like to be prepared? Well, obviously I would want to be the best vegetable, which is bacon. Right? Like, I'd want to be like a fried strip of bacon. That'd be great. Because it's a vegetable. Yeah? My next question comes from Monica Williams, and she's a dear friend of mine. I've known her for a few years now. And she runs a Facebook page called Monica's Portraits. She does artwork that specializes in pets and animals, and she does commission work. They're very affordable, and she's really good at what she does. So if you are interested in some artwork to get some animals drawn, some pets of yours, go check her out on the Facebook page. I'll link it in the description down below. Do me a favor, please check her out. I'd consider it a personal favor of mine. But Monica asks, hey, great channel and awesome singing voice. Thank you very much, Monica. I'm glad you enjoy it. My question, who are your 3 favorite game characters you've ever played as? So it took me a little bit to think about this because there's so many games I've played, but I think my top 3 would be, number 3 would be Alucard from Symphony of the Night, just because I love his style, his vampire powers, his swords and sorcery kind of way of fighting. He's cool and suave. He looks really cool. I like everything about Alucard, pretty much. My second favorite would probably be Ramza from Final Fantasy Tactics. He's pretty much a namesake of mine. Ramza has been my nickname for years. My friends call me Raz for short. I love how he was raised as kind of like a spoiled noble, but still had that like headstrong kind of, I want to bring glory to my family name. But when he found out that his family was doing all this bad stuff, he forsook his family name and tried to make it on his own with none of the benefits that he had growing up. I love his friendship between himself and Delita, and he's just like a good, earnest heart. And I really love Ramza's character, and basically he can become anything. I always made him a samurai/summoner in my Final Fantasy Tactics party. What did you guys make your main character or any of your characters in Final Fantasy Tactics if you played it? Tell me down in the comments below. My number 1 choice for my favorite video game character I've ever played as, of all time is Blue. No, not that Blue. Blue from Saga Frontier. If you guys have ever played Saga Frontier, Blue is a master magician. He's the only character in the game that can learn all forms of magic, which kind of makes him OP because he has this awesome, like, infinite combo that you can do with him. But he's just a really powerful mage, and he's really cool. And if you guys know me, you know that I love magic. So that's definitely my #1 choice of favorite video game characters I've played as ever. Little fun fact about Blue, once you return to the Magic Academy with news that you completed the mission that they gave you and learned all forms of magic so that you can finally become a master magician, you come back and find out that your school had dabbled in some magics that they shouldn't have, and the whole school was swallowed into a portal to hell. So what you do is you climb down and go through this portal into hell, go into the depths of hell, and eventually encounter Satan. Or Hell's Lord, whatever they called it. But it was basically Satan. And you win! I mean, how badass is that? You, a master magician, defeated the Lord of Hell. That's really awesome. My next question comes from Idic Beer, and he says, another really great video, my friend. I could listen to your cool stories all day. Thank you very much, Nick Beer. I really appreciate it. Rarity has to be the best pony, though. What is the longest time you've played a game non-stop for, and what one was it? Probably Final Fantasy VII was the game that I played the longest in one sitting for. I remember we got that game during summer break, and there were actually a few days in a row where I basically stopped playing just to basically eat. And I remember there were a couple days in a row where I fell asleep in the wee hours in the morning, like 2 or 3 a.m., with the controller still in my hand, and I basically just passed out eventually. And woke up hours later with the controller still in my hand, and I woke up just like, oh yeah, and kept on playing. I just woke up and continued to play wherever I left off. Yeah, that was pretty extreme. I think that was definitely the game that I played the longest in one sitting. He also says, I know you have a 40k Eldar army. Can you give us a rundown of your 40k history? So I don't actually have the history of my Eldar army on my phone anymore like I thought I did. Whenever I upgraded my phone, that data didn't transfer over for some reason, so I'm just going to try to remember it as best as I can. Raziel Karas was an Eldar warlock on the craft world Ulthwé, and he had kind of a different mindset than a lot of the other Eldar. A lot of the other Eldar are too scared of Slaanesh to fight her and are just basically running away, whereas Raziel was trying to find a way to free the entire race from Slaanesh's grasp by destroying her, and he truly felt that the only power that was strong enough to defeat Slaanesh lied in the infinite power of the warp. So he's trying to find a way to create a technology that was able to draw upon that power and use it as a weapon. So the other Eldar thought this was just a little bit dangerous, and they saw him as a threat, like he was going to get the rest of the Eldar race killed. So they set him and a lot of his followers up by sending him on a mission to a distant planet to take care of a small Tyranid threat. And when they got there, after they took care of their mission, they were ambushed by other people from Ulthwé, other Eldar from Ulthwé, and they tried to kill Raziel and his followers. Now, he managed to escape by using a multi-phase key generator that he and a few others were developing using found technology, and he managed to escape the attack, but he basically felt betrayed at that point because his home planet basically wants to kill him. He couldn't go back home, so him and his followers kind of went through space for a while, homeless and alone, and with no allies, and eventually they came across a wrecked craft world that was spat out by the warp. It had all these warp crystals growing all over it. It was completely trashed. Basically, it barely had any power, and its infinity circuit was barely intact. So they chose to inhabit this craft world, Rykros, and to build it back up and use it as their base of operations. That became their home craft world of Rykros. So they are part of the Eldar, but they aren't necessarily allied with the Eldar anymore. They kind of are pursuing their own agenda. If I had the choice, I would actually give them the worse Wild Psyker special rules, so that way they actually get like worse penalties for failing their Psyker rolls, for rolling doubles. So yeah, that's basically my backstory. I also have another backstory of how they ally with the Sky Raider Corsairs that army that I plan on building, and why they're helping each other. But I'll save that for another day. Also, disclaimer, I'm not an expert on Warhammer 40k lore, so if there's something that doesn't quite fit in, or you have a suggestion to make the story fit into the Warhammer story better, then please let me know, give me some suggestions, and I might alter that a little bit to make a little bit more sense. Tattoo for You, Richard says, I'd love to see you play Resident Evil 7. I'm hoping to get it from my brother for Christmas, a month later when it comes out. I'm really looking forward to that game too, it seems really cool. I wasn't a fan of how they changed it to more of an action game. It definitely lost the survival horror aspect for me. So much brotherly love. I miss role-playing. So, questions. Worst game ever played so bad you just walked away. So, probably the game that I just walked away from after just a few minutes of playing would be Unlimited Saga. And as you guys heard from earlier in this video, I was a huge fan of Saga Frontier. It had a great soundtrack, awesome game, it had a very different system, but I really, really enjoyed it. So I was expecting Unlimited Saga, which is also part of that universe, to be equally good, but it was freaking terrible. I don't even want to go over all the ways it was bad, but you had no actual free roaming dungeons. You had this like chess piece that you used to move around to one step at a time through these dungeon maps, and the combat system was weird, and it was a PS3 game, but it looked like it was like in PS1 graphics or PS2 game. It looked really bad for the console that it was on, and it wasn't fully voice acted. It was a really bad RPG. So, Unlimited Saga, I played it once, and that was enough for me. I sat it down and walked away from it and never looked at it again. I read recently that it was like one of the worst RPGs of all time, so there is that. What do you want to do next month that's different from this one, he also asks. I would like to be able to be set up to do more Let's Plays from console. I'm getting a lot of the components I need to do that right now. I do have an unboxing for part of that equation coming up tomorrow. I'm getting it in. I'm probably going to film it on Friday and release it as my Saturday video. So we're going to have my unboxing of the PlayStation 4 Pro. So please look forward to that. I'm super excited about it. So hopefully next month I'm going to be set up to do all the Let's Plays for consoles for you guys, and I can start doing Final Fantasy 15, I'm thinking. If you have any suggestions, let me know down below. And I believe that is all the questions I had for you guys this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this Q&A series as much as I enjoy doing them. And if you guys have any other questions or comments or suggestions, please don't hesitate to drop those in the comments section below, and I will get around to those next week in next Friday's Q&A video. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button down below. It really means a lot more than you guys know. Do me a favor, drop a comment or so too. I love hearing from you guys, and I love chatting with you guys, even if it's not a question. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I would love to have you guys remember the Darklight family, and I hope that we'll continue this YouTube journey together again very, very soon. And until then, may your dreams light your darkest hour, and I'll see you next time.